Hi everyone, it's the 28th of September. I've been pointing out this triple support on ES at 4,285, and that's exactly where it bounced yesterday. So this red support held, the green support held, the golden one held, and the blue is that the blue channel. So first, the blue top band has to hold, maybe pull back one more time, and a break to the upside. That would be a breakout to be bought. So as long as this 4,280 level holds, this is bullish. So yesterday's bounce is very promising, but so far we don't have a real run to the upside. So it's the SPX that kind of, we'll see if the SPX can do that as well. So the green support was tested, that support rail, the previous resistance rail that was broken. Here is the back test. The blue bottom band, as you can see here, this is quite interesting. Initially the blue top band, the blue bottom band held, and then it kind of broke that blue support. And that's why I said, where is ES telling the truth or the SPX? I think they are both at a support level. That green, maybe this golden one needs to be tested, right? This is where it started. A larger channel is of course from the October lows, but this could be, this part could be a leg of that. Of course it has to go something like this, but at the moment, that golden support, the green one, the blue one, they are all holding. The purple resistance is broken and back tested. Maybe we get another reversal at the red, pull back down one more time, and then a break to the upside is going to start a good rally. Dow Jones is, you can see, I mentioned about this golden support and also the green bottom band, that is a potential. That's exactly where it is now. So I'm going to put it like this. So yeah, as you can see, 4 touches on the top, 2 touches on the bottom, and it's quite oversold. And of course that black support, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it was broken, back tested. Are we going to get another back test? We don't know yet, but it is what it is. I think Dow Jones is about to find a major low. So is NASDAQ. That 3 supports at the top band. This is the October low. First touch, this is the second touch yesterday, and beautiful bounce off that blue support together with the red. And there is also this golden support rail or zone, right? So the golden channel, initially it held, it came down, it's broken now. The red resistance has to be broken for NASDAQ to start a rally. So the level for that is 14,790. If it can do that, I think, so the golden one is already broken, the blue support held, and the red sideways channel, a kind of a spin-off channel, has to be broken for a really big rally. And the obvious target would be that red top band. So you can see 2 touches there, internal, the bottom band. So if it gets there, maybe pull back one more time, and then a break to the upside is going to target that purple resistance. So everything is looking quite orderly here. The golden one is broken, the red one is a nice bull flag, and that's why. And the blue support, of course, the blue one is the most important one here. Russell is, as usual, the weakest link. It didn't get all the way to 1750, and it's testing the blue internal resistance as I'm recording this. You can see here that is quite impressive. That resistance right there, and now it's here. It's already been tested 3 times. Are we going to have more downside? I think we will. Russell is going to have one more dip before it rallies, and we also have this potential downtrend. So I'm going to put this in another color, maybe that green. So this leg of this downtrend started here, and the obvious potential support would be around 1740. I've been mentioning it, 1730, 1740. But of course, if Russell wants to get there, what's going to happen to ES, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ? That's the main question. So if it gets to the green, maybe pull back one more time. We will find out soon which one is really telling the truth. FTSE initially backtested this purple support, that revisited that broken resistance, yeah, bounced, but now it's broken down. That's why it is looking bearish, at least for the short term, obviously, since the failure of that red bear flag, right? Excuse me, red bull flag, this one here. It was broken, back tested, and it came down. So all of these were short entries. If you were to trade FTSE, that's where it turned really bearish. And now, is it gonna target all the way to that green bottom band? That's quite possible, which is below 7,500, 7,475, I think. And then from there, maybe we're gonna see a bull flag formation to start a rally. Okay, actually it's something like this, right? This here is internal right there, and come all the way to that green bottom band. It's actually way down, and that's around 7,450 or so. And then we will see whether that green bull flag can form and then rally to 7,750. The ultimate target is still that blue top band, but it failed to move all the way there while staying inside that golden uptrend. It turned quite bearish there. This is DAX, and had broken this green support, you can see, and if it gets to the blue top band, I think we're going to see one more reversal all the way to 15,000. So DAX and FTSE and Russell, they're all looking very bearish. TLT is still looking very bearish. I can't, there is nothing bullish about this chart. And ZN, the 10-year note, also looking bearish, but as I said, it's tested that red bottom band right there at 107.16. Yeah, it just got tested. And this, of course, is from 1985. It's impossible to be very precise, but it would be epic if we start a rally and right from here and break out of the green. That would be an amazing precision. Okay, let's have a look at oil. We bought oil at the blue top band's break right here at 90.10, and we closed. I closed the long when it touched that red top band, just below, like just over 93. So that was like 310 ticks we took. And the other reason was this, because it was approaching this black resistance and the blue one. So that's like a triple or double resistance level. It didn't touch the green top band, and it didn't get there, but if it had gotten there, it would have also broken that black resistance. So this here is a very, very strong from last year October. So it's a 1 year resistance. This is the third touch. Of course the fourth touch may break it, and I think it will, but this here is a nice sideways action. Is it going to break? I mean, the blue one is also interesting, right? So I'm going to put this like this. So this is an 8-hourly chart, and the blue one is a little bit higher up, depending on how we see it. But the green and blue maybe get tested at some point at around 96, and then we could have still a reversal, but that black resistance is at the moment holding. Okay, so maybe I can even argue that the black one is like this. So it's very, very hard to be quite precise on that. Okay, so very hard to say. Maybe it is now back testing the black broken resistance. So there is also that. Okay, so that could turn into a support right here. Let's have a look at Brent oil. It came very close to that black resistance, similar to the US oil, and it came very close to the red one. So are we going to pull back all the way to this golden support? If we do, I'm going to be a buyer of Brent oil to target 98.99. The level for that is 94.25. Okay, so that red resistance didn't get tested, so we may pull back deep today and then rally to touch that black and red. That would be around 98.70. So that would be a nice level to buy into. And of course, the very bullish one was the blue bottom band, the purple, the golden. So that was like a quadruple, like the black one, the purple one, the golden one, and the blue one. Okay, blue, black, purple, and golden. That was like a quadruple support. As you can see, 4 lines, broke out of the black bull flag, rallied, and broke out of the golden, rallied. Now we may get a back test. As long as it stays inside this blue perfect uptrend, it is perfection. 3 touches on the top, 2 touches on the bottom. As long as it holds, there is more upside, and every dip should be bought. So that blue resistance is now broken by natgas, and I noticed it yesterday after the video. This golden amazing precision, right? This one, that touch, I unfortunately saw it much later, but look at that beauty. This is now 3 touch support on that golden bottom band and 2 touches on the top, and of course it's approaching that resistance level, which is at 310, 320. Okay, so it's back testing. It's going to back test this level. Clearly we have this gap, that this is a spike, but it's actually a rollover gap. It's going to be erased, and I think first we're going to get to that 3010, 3015, yeah, 3015. We get there and then reverse to break that golden and come back all the way to 2. That's my take from natgas. Gold made a very big move. So this was the fake. The golden downtrend is was still on after that, and it bounced without breaking out. It came down. Now the blue support is broken, and I've been calling for 1865, which is March gap right there. This is the gap of March at, when was that? 1872 on the futures. Has it already been filled? 1872, I think we did. Let's see, 1872, yes, I think it's that gap is filled on the futures. So where do we go from here? As long as this golden downtrend holds, there is more downside all the way to 1810, right? That could happen. And let's have a look at the daily, right? So that red resistance, obviously there was another resistance, that's why we called short at 2065. It came down, now it's still coming down inside this golden bull flag. And do we have more downside? So this is the gap that has already been filled. There is another gap here, right? This is another gap from November, December of last year, if I'm not mistaken in my data. That is a big gap here. So that level is 1775, 1760. Well, the gap is at 1760. So is it going to come all the way to 1760? Yes, I think that is quite possible now. Let's have a look at the spot chart, right? On the daily, there is the gap from March, okay? And that gap is at 1866 on the spot, and it's not been filled. It still has another $10 to drop. But do we have from November, December a gap? I don't see a gap on the spot. So that's why I'm a little bit, maybe we don't have a gap. On the futures we do, but on the spot we don't have a gap. So maybe I have a data error. You can check it on your own platforms whether we do have a gap or not. But either way, this here was a reversal, so this golden right, so the blue channel is holding, okay, 3 touches on that golden resistance. The blue downtrend is holding, even though it has overshoots here and there, but the golden support is broken now, and we're headed towards 1800 at that, as long as this blue downtrend holds. Let's have a look at silver. Now silver has also a massive downside, but that's a big but, and also, like, because its March gap is way down, that's why I think silver has more to drop. This is futures data, slightly different compared to the spot data, which I'm going to explain in a minute. So the bear flag, the blue bear flag is broken, so we're gonna, maybe we get a touch on the blue and then bounce, and then if it does break, then the green bottom band is there to hold, and then the purple, so the purple bottom band. But as I've said, in March we had this gap, okay, which is at 2060, so we are at 2280. That's another 10% drop, more than 10%. Okay, and if we look at the spot, that blue support is broken, sorry, is going to be broken, I believe, if it gets tested one more time. And the red bottom band, so the red top band is here, the red bottom band, if it does break too, then I think silver is going to sell really hard all the way to that golden bottom band. That's the minimum, but then the gap is at 2060, so it could get all the way to 2060. Platinum, of course, it touched a new low, and it is now at this green support rail, right? So this is the only one that is looking remotely bullish, right? Compared to gold, it looks bullish, but of course this green support has to hold here to start a rally to break that blue top band. Is it going to do that? That remains to be seen. So far it's holding. Okay, so copper is interesting, and the reason is very clear. That green support held. Okay, that green support rail held now. Okay, but more importantly, this blue small downtrend is broken, and the golden bottom band is holding. Even though it has quite a bit of damage, it manages to hold. Is it going to rally to the golden top band from here? This is a good start, but is it going to be able to finish the job and get to that golden top band and break out? That is the main question. So we'll have to wait and see. This is euro. It just tested the blue bottom band and perfectly bounced. So bounced off that level. Look at this. This is pretty good. Pretty awesome precision, I would say. So this becomes a downtrend, okay? And the golden supports break is going to be back tested, right? It is already been broken. So 105.50, and then maybe reverse one more time. But either way, euro is still inside this downtrend, but we have a small bounce, a relief bounce off the blue bottom band. So we'll see. Pound sterling is coming for a back test on the broken veg, and the level for that, I think I would say 122.60 would be a short entry. I think from there there's not much, nowhere to go actually. 122.60, I think it's going to reverse down if it gets there. Okay, so on the downside, target, or not target, but formation, this could become the next major. This is becoming its downtrend, I think, but it is looking very, very bearish, to be honest. So that green, so we can remove this blue one because it's already done the job. So the veg and the red support 122.60, 122.70, and then reverse and come down to 120. I think that's where it is headed. And US dollar Japanese yen tested that blue. It didn't care much, so I'm going to remove that. And do we have it as an internal resistance? Right. So I think it's gonna get to that red top band eventually, or it may even get to this red top band. So if the channel is much steeper, so I'm going to remove that, right? If the channel's slope is dictated by its bottom band, then there is much more upside all the way to new highs, okay? So multi-year highs right there. So Japanese yen is in a bit of a trouble. So the XY looking very bullish still. I don't have much to add. The golden uptrend, so if it gets to the bottom band, I think we're going to bounce and get to the previous like 110. 110. That's the ultimate target, I think. But of course, then this could turn into a really big bull flag. So, all right, let's have a look at agriculturals. Coffee has broken now, so it bounced off the red support and it's broken that golden resistance. So I think it's going to get to that black top band at least. So target from here is 155, 160, 158, you name it. Of course, it has to get there inside a kind of a trend so that we can see where it is going. So at the moment, I think it's headed to 160. That's my take on coffee, right? Like there. Maybe it wants to test this blue one before it reverses. So the black and blue is at 162, 163. I think that's where it's headed. It's going to rally and reverse from that blue plus black double resistance. Right, wheat broke that purple bear flag, which I mentioned in yesterday's video, and even back tested it and it came down. So that would have been a short entry if you were to trade wheat. So what matters here is though that blue channel is broken, and that's why it is long-term bullish to me, as long as it doesn't go beyond or below this low. So the channel is broken. Maybe we get a touch on that golden bottom band. So like this. If we get that touch, it's hard to say, but let's see. So maybe we get a back test on the blue, which 575, 570, not 570, yeah, around 570, 575. We could get to 600 if that back test holds on the blue, okay? Corn, excuse me, so first soybeans. So we took some profit on soybeans after this reversal. So that golden top band, so the top two touches here, this is the second touch, and once it reversed, I closed half of the position. And then it came and broke this support, and that's why I closed the remaining. And now it's testing the green plus golden. But if it does break this, I think we may still see 1280 one more time, to be honest. So it has to, as a bear flag break, it would get to a new low below the previous lows, and yeah, then I think it may visit, excuse me, so one second, bear with me, I'll explain. So the purple top band I'm going to remove for now. Okay, so if this support breaks, which I think it will eventually, I mean, it's not rallying, so there is a chance to break that golden bear flag to the downside. So we should get, maybe we'll get to 1280 or 1285, 1282, and then whether it rallies off that level, then we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so hard to be very precise on that red bottom band. As I said, it is very tricky because the top band is not very precise. So I'm kind of thinking that, you know, soybeans is gonna bottom out soon, but how soon, that remains to be seen. Corn couldn't take out that purple resistance, which is why I closed half of the position yesterday. Okay, so that it is risky to see a reversal like this and still keep the full position. And the red resistance break didn't deliver anything. But if this purple top band breaks, which is at 460, 486, 486.50, then we may still buy it to the full position again. I think corn on the December contract it has broken, and I think it's going to keep on going. Okay, that blue support rail, the veg is broken, this resistance is broken, so I think there is more upside, at least to around 500. Sugar is trying to break that purple support right there. This is the continuous chart. On the October, it's a bit more clearer, but of course it may break this golden resistance imminently and run to the green top band. So this green one is a bull flag potential, but of course it has to get there and break it to the upside first. If it breaks the green bottom band, so if it does break this one, and if it does break this golden support zone, and then I think there's going to be a big sell-off starting on sugar. And the level for that kind of break is 25.80, 25.85. So I think it's about to break. I'm not saying it is about to break. We will have to wait and see the price action. Okay, whether this is going to break or that green bottom band is going to break. So it's quite a critical level for sugar. All right, now let's have a look at Bitcoin. Hasn't done much, but it's still backtesting the red. So I think it's going to get to 31,000. Ethereum is very eager to break that golden resistance, so I think it will do it. It's been days or weeks spending, actually months, more from April high. We have been spending inside this trend, it's inside this bull flag. The black support is holding, the red one is broken, the golden one is about to break. So I think Ethereum is gonna run. Doge is not doing much, but it's still sitting at that blue resistance. So is it going to break and run to 17? We don't know. Zcash is it hasn't really rallied, has to break 28 to get to 36, 37. Litecoin hasn't broken that red resistance, but when it does, it's going to be a big rally. So my take is that it is going to get to the blue bottom band. Maybe that was the ideal scenario, getting to the blue bottom band at around 56 and then rally to 120. So that would be like a doubling. Link, oh my god, look at that, it's getting very close. So Chainlink is the most bullish one. Again, it's 2.5%. Yesterday's champion, today's champion. I think Chainlink is gonna run the most right from here. It can, from 8, it can get to 40. So that's like a 500% rally. Okay, careful. All right, guys, take care. Keep in touch. Bye.